actually to
The
start.
energy is about to go up. Clap. Welcome to episode 39. Oh, good voice, sir. Welcome to episode 39.
Decent, dude.
Is that all right?
I reckon just don't do it very often because you'll end up doing your Eurovision next year with that thing.
Yeah, Eurovision, huh? We've already talked about Eurovision, though, eh?
Yeah, we have already talked about it, but
that's when it's tough.
With that voice, you're in.
That's when you're coming in weekly, and Eurovision is a topic one week, and you still bring it up the next week. That's when you know your back's against the wall.
Things are getting hard.
How you been, dude?
I'm good, man. Yeah, good. Really good. Just coming off the back of this bank holiday weekend, which has been really nice. The weather's on our side, the vitamin D levels are going up, stoke levels high, and just had a really nice weekend of doing what I want to do, which is ride my bike, hang out with some family, do some wild swimming.
Nice.
And feeling it today.
Where'd you go wild swimming? The same one that you were gonna go in when it was icy?
Yes, same one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's 8 miles away.
So it's a bit of a trek and then full adventure.
8 mile bike ride, all uphill, into the peaks, place called Barbrook. Jump in, have a splash around, get out, ride home.
Splashing around.
Nice,
this is the singing episode, yeah.
It is. I'm gonna.
He showed off, splashing around. Summer day. Yeah. I mean,
let's go.
It's tough, isn't it? Let's
go. Yeah. So that was my weekend, man. I think pretty much. We can come back to a couple of bits. But what about you? What have you been doing this lovely bank holiday weekend?
This and that, dude. Do you know? I've realised like my shit at the minute is to not plan. I know this is frustrating, but there's nothing like waking up and just having nothing you gotta do. You know?
That's the dream. That's
freedom
the dream right there.
I've done loads of riding, obviously, because I'm a two-dimensional character. You know, I'm not three-dimensional. I'm a one-dimensional character. It's pretty much all I do, which is an unhealthy relationship with my chosen career path. Yeah. But yeah, I've been riding a lot. Big. We rode a load of cross country, load of dirt jumps, but big. We unfortunately had a fallen soldier. It was shit, actually, dude. Yeah, we're up at the trails. So Tom Hudson, an old school trail boss that I've ridden with every week of my life for as long as I can remember, had a gnarly crash. Actually, I dropped in behind him, with a gap, and just everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So pulled off, and then Tom's on the floor, and he's like, this guy's quite a gnarly fellow. So seeing him in pain, it was like instantly like,
really.
Whoa. So it turns out Tom's fractured his pelvis and broken his collarbone. So big healing vibes to Tom, who's still stuck in hospital. He's got surgery the day that this is out. So
all right.
So yeah,
Tom, this one's for you, bro.
This one's for you, Tom. Yeah, gutted, dude, gutted because we were on a high actually. Did I speak in the last episode about our trip to Black Mountain?
No.
Okay. So I've kind of got a lot of my friends are just dirt jump friends, right? So they've recently got into mountain bikes, let's say through e-bikes more. So it's been weird. I've gone off and ridden mountain bikes and then come back and ridden dirt jumps with those guys. They're like kind of they're like my main friendship group, but they basically just ride dirt jumps. So a lot of them are BMXers, and it's been really cool that they've like got into mountain biking through e-bikes actually, which we talk about a lot.
Yep.
And we organised this big trip with loads of them to Black Mountain. And obviously these guys are like amazing bike riders. All of them are proper trail bosses, you know, spinning big, horrible, steep jumps. And they've been doing it for years. But mountain biking is a different thing.
Totally different thing.
Yeah. And so Black Mountain was an amazing experience because it's kind of motorway tracks. I don't know if you've ever been. You haven't been, have you?
I haven't been, no. I've never been to Black Mountain.
Okay, so Black Mountain Cycle Centre... I've done a great job on the jumps. Like, bike park jumps spook me out a little bit, especially the bigger ones. Like, I'm never quite sure what the deal is. You know, I just worry that I'm going to overshoot something by a giant margin, which is quite difficult. as much as you look at dirt jumps and you think it looks like it's dangerous, it's not. Everything's like calculated. You have a setup jump and everything works perfectly. Whereas like some of these bike park jumps, you don't know if you're hitting a blue lip or a black lip or a...
At speed as well.
Exactly, yeah. And so Black Mountain, it feels like you're going above 30 miles an hour the entire day. It's like flat out, especially compared to where I live.
Yeah.
And so they've got some big jumps down there, and all of the boys are straight through them, which is wicked to see. You
That's
know,
sick. That's really cool.
All on borrowed bikes, borrowed full face helmets, borrowed race kit, just bombing.
I did see quite a lot of focus bikes there as well. I guess
exactly.
Had the whole fleet out.
Exactly, dude. But it was so cool to see. So yeah, like Matt Cox, Seb Yates, and Tom were all on a high after their adrenaline-filled mountain bike experience. It's just
cool.
It's so mad to me because I've grown up with it all being the same, really. Whether I go on a cross-country ride or if I go dirt jumping, obviously I'm aware it's different, but it's all just riding. You know, I've never thought of the differences and.
It's funny because I remember a guy that I used to ride with quite a lot. I don't know if you listen to this. If you do, Green Bike Steve, because he always used to have a green bike.
Yeah.
Really good BMX park rider. Like really good. Used to do whatever British comps there were at the time and stuff like that. Like super, super good, flips and threes and whips, whatever. Anyway, really, really good. We went to a BMX track just for like a day out, whatever, local BMX track. And he couldn't get a speed for the back straight, and it was really like alien to him that you pedal around a corner.
Yeah.
He's just typical park guy. All he'd done is ridden park where you just generate speed from pumping and whatnot. And he was like blown away by how you could pedal around a berm, and he just couldn't figure it out at all. It was hilarious. Yeah. And like you say, people like grow up doing sometimes one discipline and then you jump on something else and it's like super alien to you. So
for him it would have been not a focus of his to carry speed or to build speed. It would have just been to do tricks. It is mega interesting, isn't it? Because I think of like jumps and certainly BMX as being like really good foundations. I actually think they are. I think the boys that I go with, literally all they've got to do is learn how to front brake and learn how to unweight a bike over roots and stuff. And then they're off to the races. They're full-blown mountain bikers. We've got examples of it as well. We've got like riders that have become super mountain bikey from just trails. So I think it's easier to transition that way than the other, if you saw
the other way. Yeah, totally. I think transitioning the other ways, would be way harder because you're not used to even pulling up over stuff. It's quite alien to a lot of people because a lot of the time you're just trying to squash speed or you're just trying to, I don't know, just keep speed going, really, not necessarily squash it. So that is a weird one. It's interesting. I wonder which discipline of mountain biking sets you up best for what I'd call the pinnacle, which would be downhill.
Downhill, okay, yeah.
That's not downhill, basically.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's dirt jumping, but maybe it is. I
wouldn't,
know.
But there's a lot of transferable things. I mean, certainly a modern day World Cup downhill racetrack is more suited to people who hit stuff really flat out. I don't want to say it's less technical, but I kind of feel like it is. It's more bike parky. Maybe dirt jumping does come into it. I find it really hard to decipher what I've learnt from whatever because I've always done all of it, if you know what I mean.
All of it, yeah.
But definitely dirt jumping, like compressing up a lip helps you compress in a corner. And as much as they seem like two completely different things, they're closer than I think maybe you instantly think, maybe.
Yeah, you might be right, I think, on that, to be honest. And I think a lot of it is often maybe barrier to entry as well, especially back in the day. It's like, okay, if you rode dirt jumps, you had your dirt jump bike, which probably would max out if you spent £1,000, 5 or 6 years ago on a dirt jump bike. You got like a pretty high-end dirt jump bike. Whereas then if you want to go, you want to go for an enduro ride. All right, you're going to have to spend another 3,000-4,000.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you want to try downhill. Yeah, you're going to spend another 6,000. I think that was the barrier to entry as well was pretty high. Whereas I think now it's a lot lower. It seems to be. Maybe the bikes are probably more expensive, but you can buy one bike and do so much on one bike.
Yeah.
I think people should try a bit of everything. It's quite narrow-minded if you only do one thing, isn't it? If you're like, I only ride trails. It's like, well, maybe go to a bike park. You might really enjoy it.
Give it a go. Yeah. It's funny. There's still that kind of like BMX attitude with trails. You know, there's still like there's still like a thing with it. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, but there's still like this kind of mountain biking's kooky or whatever. It's like so much closer to. Also, you're not going to go out and ride a load of trails and think it's lame, because you're going to suck at it. Quite frankly,
true.
you know, if you just ride BMX trails, you don't have any front brake control. You don't understand anything about bumps, about slowing down, about cornering. You can't really turn up and then just kill it and find it lame. You're going to suck just as the same as the other way around. Like a mountain biker that's never in jumps is going to turn up at the jumps and suck. Like,
yeah, I think it's. I always remember that feeling actually many years ago. Now I used to ride a lot of dirt jumps and then going to a skate park for the first time and just being like, "What is this? I can't even."
Oh, dude.
Quantify doing anything over any feature here at all. It's just so alien. But
Funny,
yeah,
dude.
The day before, you know, you jump in dirt jumps, you're doing a few tricks and stuff like that, and you're just like, ugh. It's like I've never ridden a bike in my life.
I thought what you were going to say then was the intimidation factor.
That's a big factor as well, I think.
Because
don't you?
I
think it is,
mate, massively. It's like a bit buzzwordy and annoying to talk about it, but have you heard of this imposter syndrome theory or whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
So, I do to this day, if I turn up at a set of trails, for instance, at the weekend, turn up and there's dudes just covered in tattoos. They've got BMX tattoos. They've got like their clothes are trendy. I'm not trendy. I don't know how to be trendy, but I'm aware that they are trendy. You know, like people have their like shirts tucked in and they've got like it's like a fashion show and all their bikes are mint and like I just feel like such a smelly knee pad guy. Like really not cool.
And there must be an element of that, your name, of who you are and what you do. Like,
well,
there is an element of that, whether you're aware of it or not. People will be going, "Oh, that's that's Ollie Wilkins.
That's the jet ski bloke." Yeah, I don't know about. Honestly, when I'm so that's interesting actually, dude, because I turn up like a 13-year-old boy. I don't turn up like necessarily like I'm actually a grown-up that's been doing it for ages. I turn up like fucking scoping it out, because it's like there couldn't be a more direct pecking order than a roll-in. You know, there's room for 4 people. Get in the queue.
Yeah,
and
all eyes on you.
Auto go to the back of the queue.
Okay.
Like, and then and you see people, and like, you know, my friends are all the same. It doesn't matter who it is.
I was going to say, your friend, have you got like friends that are more confident than others? Because I dare say, someone like, maybe I'm off on this, Bernard is more confident.
No, there's a respect thing with trails. There's a respect thing with trails. I think he's not. I think all of us are the same a bit, and like you do feel a bit goofy almost. Like I still have that left over from. It's actually just left over from being younger. I think. Like it's funny because I talk about it and like it's so stupid because I think these things. I'm also aware that I'm like, if there's one thing I'm actually good at, it's actually dirt jumps and pulling up through trails. And like actually, when I think about it, I'm like, fuck, well, you know, I can actually pull up really hard and I can do spins and I can do this and that. Like it's not necessarily, I don't know what it is that's intimidating. I turn up at Whistler Bike Park, someone's there on a brand new bike, all pristine stuff. They've got the newest Troy Lee stuff on. I'm like, oh, dude, I don't want him dropping in behind him. I'll hold him up. Like, I still have that in me, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I ride for Troy Lee, but I'll be looking at this. Like, I can't help it. I just have that. I don't know what it is.
I think that's good. I think it keeps you grounded, would you say? It keeps the ego in check a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it probably does. Yeah. It's like, I'm equally aware. Fuck no.
Isn't it weird that you look at what someone's wearing and the equipment they have and judge their talent without even seeing them ride a bike on that? Again, I used to do that growing up, dude. You'd roll up to a moto track or whatever, and there'd be a young kid with brand new bikes, all the kit, like, you know, new motorhome, and you're like, oh, he's gonna be rapid. You know, I ain't going near that kid on the start or whatever.
Dude, absolutely. Moto, it must be
sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's often the case, isn't it? You're making up for something a lot of the time, like
just rich dads just throwing money at stuff.
Yeah, I think you don't. I think a lot of things in your younger years really shape how you are, don't they? Whether you know it or not. And like, definitely, I never felt like I was on the best stuff. And I don't want to be that guy, really. If I'm honest, when I was younger, I did, but I don't want to be now. But I still have that left over, just that like, whoa, this dude's fucking playing for keeps.
Yeah.
Like how confident he went up the rolling. Like, and then in the same hand, without being super cocky, I know that I'll spin the biggest jump at the trails. But then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so weird, isn't it?
It is. I feel like there's more of that in dirt jumping, but it must. I'd like to hear. We have loads of listeners. Obviously, a lot of them will be new to the sport. Whether that is a thing, even as you get not older, because I'm old. We're older.
Yeah.
But maybe you're new to the sport. You're sort of 40 years old or something like that, and I wonder if there is still that like intimidating factor. Because I'd love to think that mountain biking is quite a open sort of welcoming thing. But I've not been on the receiving end of that for a long time, of something totally new to you, and you're just like, what the fuck, like, and people maybe don't say hello or whatever. I don't know. I remember actually the first time I remember doing that was I started playing hockey again about a long time ago now, let's say 10 years ago. Started playing ice hockey again, and I didn't know anybody there. I was 20 odd years old, didn't know a single person. I just signed up to go and sort of like play for this rec hockey team, so it's meant to be fun. But I remember doing that same thing there of like, and hockey's very much a lads sort of thing. It's locker room. It's like, it's very different to being at a mountain bike track or, trails or something. But that was the last time I think I did it. And I think you need to do that more often. I think it's an ego check, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Because one of the things before lockdown and stuff, I was really considering trying jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I just think that it's cool. My mate Jace, Gypsy Jace, talks about it all the time, and he's always said, just give it a go. And that, like, for me, that going to a place and being the new guy and being really humbled was quite, I've never done it. It was quite intimidating. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
I don't know, maybe you're getting a bit older, a bit more self-conscious, you're a bit more, I'm not going to be bodied up like the other guys. I don't know what it is. Just going to get your ass handed to you. But
no, it's true, isn't it? Yeah, it's interesting. I can't imagine it in mountain biking. I say all this. This is all like subconscious stuff. I'm not like a quivering wreck when I turn up to a bike park.
No.
Largely, I don't give a.
But it's there.
I literally don't give a fuck. I just like if I really think about what I'm thinking in my head. When I look at someone on a roll-in, I think like, whoa,
yeah,
this dude's no joke. Or same at some trails, I think like, whoa, he's literally got the name of his trails tattooed on his neck. Like,
it's true.
I don't want to.
He's a lifer. He's in.
Exactly. I'm a kook. I get to the back of the line. I'm not. I don't really think it. But it's in my head at the same time.
Yeah, you're right.
It's interesting. 100%. It must be in a lot of people's heads. I would say.
Yeah. I think my job really helped me with it back in the day, because I'm not the most confident guy, but I think even going to sales meetings and stuff, or meetings and meeting shop people and not knowing anybody, but learning to hold a conversation and try and get over yourself and just be normal.
So you really strike me as a really confident, well-rounded young man.
No, I don't think so at all. No. Quite awkward, quite socially awkward most of the time.
Fuck. Well, I feel honestly the same way. I was talking about it with George the other day. Actually, I feel the same way. There's a lot of bravado, and obviously for shit like this, it doesn't really sort of work if I'm like. Well, actually, no. It's talking to you. It's easy, dude. It's easy, but but like if there's a table full of people, I shit myself as much as anyone else. Even if I seem like I'm Funtime Freddy, I'm like, oh fuck, this is horrible. Don't know what to do.
I'm with you, 100%.
Yeah.
Even down to I did someone else's podcast the other day, and that always makes me. I said to him before we started recording, I'm like, I'm more nervous doing your stuff than I am doing my own stuff.
Yeah,
like
I bet, because we literally talk about dicks and stuff on this stuff, so it's easy. It comes naturally, doesn't
easy.
it? Fingering chickens and that. Yeah.
It's all natural stuff. It's all there all the time.
It's just daily shit. It's just daily stuff.
Yeah. It's just basically saying words and just whatever. But when someone's actually talking to you about stuff, it's a little bit harder. But yeah, I don't know. Going back, actually, it's a nice little segue. Going back to talking about different disciplines of mountain biking and stuff like that. I did an episode with Jake 100 yesterday,
Sick. Big
and I wanted
fan.
to talk to you about it. Yeah, because I know you've met Jake, and I've never met him in person. And then we sat and did an episode yesterday, and it was super fun, man. I know I came into it as well. Really, I wanted to be really naive to what that scene is, and just let him explain it basically. Because I'm like, this is so new to me. This bike life scene of doing wheelies and just riding around the streets and stuff like that. And from the outside looking in, you could say it's quite, what would you call it? I don't even know what you call it. The way I explained it to him, I was like, if I showed my mum some footage of you riding, her reaction would be, this is stupid. Like
the hooligans.
The hooligans, they've got, oftentimes no helmets, they're just flying around the streets, swerving in and out of cars. But to actually learn more about that culture and what it is and what it stands for was super interesting. Like, a lot of respect for Jake 100. He's a G. He's doing it for all the right reasons.
He
as well,
is,
which
dude.
Really
he
sick.
is, dude. There's a lot of parallels when you hang out, isn't it? I loved the day I spent with him. There's no tour of London better than one with Jake 100.
Really?
On a one wheel tour, on a back wheel.
Yeah.
He's just so sick. He's just he's a proper rad dude.
He is a good dude.
I look forward to hearing the episode, because
I think it came out okay. I think there was a lot of stuff I wanted to talk to him about, which we didn't quite get into, but we had a time constraint and stuff like that. But
can we get Jake for the Freedom Ride?
Yeah, he's gonna come.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he's coming, and I was like,
Best.
You can sort your bike out if you want, and he's like, nope, I'm doing it on the C100 Siggy bike. I was like,
he's got the
dude. So he's coming. He's gonna Jake 100's gonna.
Oh mate, wicked! I'm gonna give him a jersey. I wanted to give him a jersey last time I hung out. I thought that'd be sick.
Oh nice, that's really cool. Yeah, hopefully you can return it with a nice Nike hoodie or something like that.
Yeah, too right. Yeah.
I mean, again, how cool! I said to him, how cool is it that he's bringing a massive corporate sponsor to that scene, which in a way helps everyone, whether you're a mountain biker or not. It's bikes, right? Like, a bike life guy or whatever you call it, wheelie rider or whatever. In a way, it helps everyone. He's got Nike have got eyes on what he does, and if he comes to Freedom Ride, if he hangs out with you and Brett, whatever, it helps everyone. I think it's super sick.
Too right.
Managed to get a brand like that involved. It's just, it's wild.
Yeah, it's rad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. So.
And it's not one thing. I probably went into it thinking. I was thinking, it's just wheeling around. It's different what he does. It's different, dude. It's different because I can wheelie, fairly well. Yeah, I'd say I'm a lifelong wheelie fan.
Yeah.
But the pace and the turns that he does, they're not like I can turn on my back wheel, but it's not like angled through traffic, and the control is so sick seeing someone who's like refined that one part of biking in a way.
I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try this. I said to him, the swerve. I got some tips off him. He's done a bit of a breakdown of what you do and how it works.
I've been trying since hanging out with him, and I'm not good.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So the swerve's on anyway. So
I reckon you got it.
I fucking don't. He basically said that if you've got mountain bike tyres, it's not going to work. So, you need slicks. I was like...
So that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's why
turn your Goodyears inside out, dude.
I have to, yeah.
Have you ever done that?
No.
You can turn any tyre inside out. It looks literally like Jake 100's tyres.
Does it really?
Yeah.
That's class. So he gave some pointers. I'm going to give it a go. See what sort of swerve we can get going on the 29, a jam or an e-bike.
I think you'll get it down, but there's no way you're going to get it down like him. He's a master of his art.
Yeah. He's going for a world record too, which we talk about, which is quite interesting.
No way. Well, we'll tune in, listen to it.
Yeah. So that's fun. I tell you what, I have been having a problem with, and I was going to ask you and see if anyone else is having any issues with this.
Yep. Anisole. Before you say it, I'll tell you the answer. Anisole, a pea-sized amount. Just do it before bedtime, because that's when you wriggle around the least. Just give it a go. Hear me out. It'll sort you out. All right?
I'm glad I sent you that photo. Thank you for that. I don't know, man. I've only started noticing this. It's so weird recently. But dude, the amount of snot that comes out of my nose at the moment when I'm riding.
Really?
Yeah, things have changed. Like my right nostril in particular, whenever I jump on a bike, whether it's hot or cold, I'm like having to give it the old blowing the snot out. Dude, And it really hit me the other day because I went out with Emma. She was on the e-bike and I was behind her pedaling up this hill. And I'm like, doing that the whole way.
Oh, man. Have you got hay fever, you reckon?
I did used to get hay fever as a kid, but I've not had it for years. But I wonder if it is hay fever,
I mean,
mate.
come on, give you a break, dude. You're already so unfuckable when you're in knee pads and a helmet, aren't you? You're like already not looking cool. And then add a snot bubble and you're like bottom of the list. I mean, can it get any worse?
I know. And a few people...
Biking, man.
Biking, not attractive. A few people mentioned it as well. Because any of the videos I've ever done, whenever I'm talk, I'm just like...
Really? Not like
Not a snot bubble.
No.
I'm going to... Oh no, we have spoke about that, it doesn't matter. I can do the spit bubble thing sometimes.
What, where it floats?
Yeah.
If you could do it right now, that would be pretty cool for a
I can't.
For a clip.
I've had a drink though, and it just...
Mate, it's early in the day to be drinking, dude. No. This doesn't make great audio, does it?
Nah.
Shall I do audio description?
That was me trying to blow spit out of my mouth in a bubble form.
Audio description on. Has anyone got an Apple TV? And you put the audio description on.
Can you really?
Yeah. It's the worst, dude. A man walks into a bar. A shifty gaze comes across the bar from the bartender. The man orders a Corona. Can I have a Corona, please? Like, it is...
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's tough, yeah. Audio description. I can't remember what button you press 3 times, but it turns it on auto, so it's...
Wow.
Georgie always turns it on. Always, man.
Just it's funny?
No, because she's obviously more impatient.
Does it do on YouTube videos?
I don't know, actually. It's a good point. I turned...
A Rob Warner vlog with audio description would be quite good.
It would be good, yeah. Man with purple beard moves across the screen.
Man with purple beard.
Large man with purple beard. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
I didn't know about that. That was hilarious. Wow.
Yeah, audio description. There you go. Yeah. Hey, I've got let's move seamlessly into my my watch for the week because I've got hooked on these, dude. This is on an application called YouTube.
If you steal mine, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't reckon I have. I don't reckon I have.
Okay.
It'd be really weird if I had. Right, okay, so the channel is called JCS Criminal Psychology. And it's a YouTube channel. It's not the same one, is it?
No, but why on earth was that in my YouTube, recommendations yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Dude, it must be something to do with me clicking on something the same as you, maybe. No, that's ridiculous. Insane. That's such a stupid thing to even suggest. It's not like YouTube's like a bloody cup with a string attached to another yesterday, cup.
And I was going to... That's insane. I was going to mention it to you because I noticed they've not got many videos, but they've got like 2-point-something million subscribers.
And once you watch one, you're just like fucking dialed in. Okay, so can I do a description of what it is? Well, actually, you haven't watched one, have you?
No, I just saw it and I was like, what the fuck's that?
So I've been... I kind of find psychology fascinating. It's kind of... Which is why I thought I'd mention it to you, because I know you're the same with marketing and stuff. It's not necessarily the selling of the product that's interesting, although, it's a little something, a bit Bunsen burner, dude.
Yeah.
Nice little learner. But it's kind of how the brain works, and psychology really, really interests me. So this is basically footage largely from interview rooms in criminal cases. So the first one I watched was, unfortunately, a high school shooter. And the high school shooter was in the interview room, and the high school shooter was going hard on a cell that he was insane. So this kid's... There's commentary over the top of it. It doesn't really matter whether you're insane or not. You're not getting off. You've done a really insanely awful thing. It doesn't matter if you end up in an asylum or prison. You're not getting out of it by pretending you're crazy. Anyway, this breaks down like how the officers work out and the detectives instantly evaluate every single movement, every single body language, everything he says. When the interviewer's in the room, when the interviewer's out the room, there's all these tells.
So is
this
body
like
social cues of maybe blinking too much, scratching, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, there's that. And then that was the first one I watched. The next one was a girl who killed her parents, or basically she hired hitmen to kill her parents. And the investigators, they're so impressive. It breaks down the techniques they use. It breaks down everything about the tells, her body language tells her how she stumbles her words. She'll get a story really straight, but there's no fucking with these people. They're not stupid. They have framework and an approach to it that you can't comprehend, because this is your first murder. They've seen millions of them, you know. They don't need that. They don't. They've seen millions of crazy people. It doesn't, or bad people, or people who've done bad things. It is absolutely mind-blowingly fascinating to me.
Wow. I honestly will be watching those for sure, and I'm blown away that it came up for the most part on my YouTube. That really
is nuts,
weird.
Isn't it? Yeah, I wonder what
but
that is.
I will 100% be watching that, because I am interested by that a little bit myself.
Yeah,
and I know Emma is as well. So
yeah, there you go. I read a book called The Jigsaw Man.
Okay.
It's about all the. It's actually a criminal psychological profiler wrote the book in some really massive cases, like I think the Jamie Bulger cases, and then the Maura Hindley. Is it Maura Hindley? Yeah.
Yeah, Maura. Yeah.
Any of the Moors murders and all of that.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting as well, like how they can create a picture. Just these tiny little tells, they create a picture of exactly who's committed a murder, and it's really 95% of the time it is spot on. They get your age, they get your relationship with your parents. This is from a brutal murder. They'll get all of these things just from tiny tells, tiny little things like the location, the time of day, this, that. They can build a picture that's so detailed. Thank fuck for smart people, dude. I fucking love smart people.
I do as well, mate. That's insane. I am going to watch that, because it does interest me as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
definitely.
interested by that stuff, to be honest, about psychology and.
Yeah, it's dark, but I think it's.
Yeah. Do you think, we spoke about last week about like mediums and stuff like that, and psychics and stuff. I forgot that I'd gone to another one. I went.
You went to one in the week since? Yeah. Bank holiday psychic. Let's have a palm read. Okay.
Have a day out. Look at my lights. I forgot I'd gone to a live event with my ex-girlfriend who was into it. Yeah, I can't remember the woman's name who did it. It was at Sheffield City Hall. It was sold out. It was as if there was a band playing, like a boy band, and people were frothing for this woman. They were like, wow, when she came on stage, and I totally forgot I'd even been. Yeah. But it did, if that is all a hustle, which I do think it is, I think it is a hustle, there's something going on. I'd like to know, what is it? How did she say things that got people to stand up? How did she do that? I don't know.
What I kind of think is it's not a balanced situation. Well, dude, I don't want to... if someone believes... I don't know anything. I preface anything I say with I don't know anything. But I feel like you've got a room of people that... Those people want an answer to whatever it is. Whether it's a relative, whether it's something they're searching for in their lives. They want an answer, so they're receptive to things. So then all you have to do is put out a broad net with big holes in. It doesn't matter, you'll catch them, in my head. But,
yeah, I'm with you. No, I'm with you, mate. I'm stupid. I don't know a single thing.
No.
But I remember people being there and people were crying, and it's like, whoa, this is nuts. It's insane. So... we need to look into that a little bit more. Because it interests me, because that's psychology as well. It's the psychology of a hall full of thousands of people, all expecting something. That's a crazy headspace to get all those people in, and how susceptible they all are.
But no doubt you could feel even the atmosphere, this expectancy. I would imagine. Yeah, you do anything, maybe. You can feel like an atmosphere because everyone's unified in one thing. They're all searching for something, or anywhere you go, you can. That's what atmosphere almost is, isn't it? Like team sports, like each person wants one team to win, so therefore one team not to win. So then that's what the atmosphere is almost, isn't it? It's like
totally. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to reach out to the person I spoke about last week as well. Hopefully, we try and get that lined up, because it does actually interest me, and loads of people have reached out as well. Been like, please do it.
Mate, that's sick. Hey, I never mean to poo-poo anything.
The weirdest podcast,
dude. I look forward to it. I fucking look forward to it.
The fucking weirdest thing.
I very much look forward to it.
The action sports show. Oh, by the way,
we got Jake 100. Then we got the girl that can see dead girls.
I just know it's just going to be... Oh, but I'm going to do it because it'll just be...
You don't even have to put it out. If it's too gnarly, you don't have to put it out. She starts like crying, and you start crying. There's snot bubbles coming from both ends, and then you zoom in on the snot bubble, and there's an outline of a figure in the snot bubble.
Mate,
imagine that.
Can you imagine?
And it was Tupac, and it's him trying to communicate through. Yeah, this is derailed. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't really. I think I would have used to
bubble.
Poo-poo stuff, but I don't. Yeah. The more I get older, I just don't know anything anymore. I just fucking feel more like
to stay that way. Just be curious, right?
I feel like a little bit of a jellyfish, but a jellyfish with like a bit more control over where he swims. So the jellyfish that swims over there has a look at it, tries to make his mind up, doesn't really know, floats over there,
follows another current. Yeah, I feel
jellyfish.
I was going to do my watching real quick. This is what I thought you'd say. There's a really good series on the YouTubes. By Vans, and it's called Weird Waves.
Yeah, I've watched one of them.
Seen it? Yeah, it's good.
Brilliant,
really
dude. Good. Oh, good on you. Yeah,
really good.
Which one did you see? I saw Lake Tahoe.
I saw the one where there's a bunch of surfers and they follow like big shipping container what are they called? Shipping container ships.
Yeah.
And then the wake that comes off them, they surf them for miles. I watched that one, and I've watched one more where there was a wave which broke underneath a sort of rock arch.
Yeah.
In California, and it was gnarly because it was just literally just rocks everywhere, and they used to just get up, and then it's like the shortest little ride, but it goes through this arch of rock. Pretty sick. So if anyone's not seen that, Weird Waves by Vans.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
That is a really good
something
series.
like that missing in mountain biking as well. Like go ride something really weird and just.
I
guess you did it with going to the Sahara. I think.
Yeah. Well, ultimately that's what I'd really like to do. That's the dream, really.
Yeah.
Just go and see these places. I mean, you see these videos. Oh, interestingly, did you ever see that clip of me and Bren in Madeira going along the cliff trail?
Yes. The one that has gone really viral.
Yeah, it's gone really viral, and it continues to on all of these like weird like Instagram channels with millions of followers.
Yeah. Like, does it help you? Do you think?
I don't even know. I don't notice anything, but it should do in theory, shouldn't it? But I feel like it's like an audience that isn't necessarily looking for G-Wagon.
It does make you wonder about that stuff. There's some channels like that are massive. Some Instagram accounts are huge. It's like, how did it get? I don't know. I think everyone's got a little bit of an issue with certain stuff like that, especially if they're just taking content and just posting it.
They've actually been really good. They've messaged Bren and messaged GoPro, and a lot of the really big ones actually are legit because obviously they're businesses, aren't they? I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
So, yeah.
Interesting. I'll tell you what I did see, which is one of the things I was gonna bring up. There's a clip going around which went sort of pretty viral. I saw it.
Yeah.
It means it's pretty viral if I've seen it, because I don't really go on social media that much. So, and it was Lad Bible must have put up something about nicknames. And have you seen the clip?
No.
Oh, dude, I gotta send it you. It's good. Let me send it you, and I know we'll play it as well because it's just funny.
All right, yeah.
Hang on, someone sent it me.
On WhatsApp, can you send it?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it you on WhatsApp. Yeah. Oh man, hang on. Sorry about this, everyone listening. It's tough. So what we'll do is if we both press play at the same time.
All right.
Again, and then we'll throw it.
All right.
Here so people can watch it.
3, 2, 1. Play.
I got tagged in an absolute beauty on Facebook last night, post from Lad Bible, and they were talking about the origins of your nickname. But I'm going to read a few of these out for you. Jay, you haven't seen any of these. I've hidden them from you. My dad had a mate who's got half his ear missing, and his nickname is 18 months because he's only got an ear and a half. Had a boss called Drillbit because he's a small, boring tool. Richard Henderson writes, I worked with a guy who had one big hand and one small hand. He was known as the clock. Darren Allen writes, I knew a fella whose nickname was Uncle Ben's because he had a cyst removed from his sack. A boil in the bag. Mark O'Brien writes, worked in a factory and there was this guy called Keith there. Took me ages to realise that his real name was Keith, but he had an eye missing.
Keith. missing. That's good.
And then one final one as well. This is from Lad Bible.
Oh.
There's a guy at work that has one leg shorter than the other, which causes his head to bob side to side. So they call him the sniper's nightmare.
So I saw that and it really tickled me. And I thought
that is good.
Yeah, the conversation about nicknames is quite funny. Anyway,
it is. Yeah.
I think have we spoken about obviously O-Dub.
Yeah, it's boring though, eh? It's
pretty boring. Did you ever have another
Wyndham.
one growing up or anything like that?
Yeah, I did. Rory Hitchens gave me one I wanted to keep, but it wouldn't stick. I was called Whole Shot Kid from a dual race.
Oh, wow.
This is when I was like, dude, I was hyped to keep that nickname.
The Whole Shot Kid?
The Whole Shot Kid. Then a load of my friends called me Trick Ferret, but they were all older than me, and I was just the grom that went to the shop and bought donuts for them.
Right.
Other than that, obviously I had
that'd be a great butt patch if you raced.
Yeah. I had Champion Killer, Champagne Spiller, and Donald Hoth as my DJ names.
Okay.
And I've got Brown Sugar, which is my mini bike name.
Brown Sugar. Okay.
And also for my BB gunning name, I have I'm Genghis Khan.
Okay, I want to go through some of those as well because there's some more in there from other people. Well, I've only ever had one nickname growing up, which was Dolph, D-O-L-P-H.
Dolph, okay, yeah.
Dolph. It's short for dolphin.
Okay.
Because when I was younger, I went swimming with my dad, and basically I ended up running out of the changing rooms, and I jumped in the swimming pool, and I couldn't swim, so then I had to get rescued out. Yeah. And ever since then, it was Dolph.
There you go.
And then that nickname, man, it was gnarly. That thing stuck, and to the point where it's funny because I remember a few years ago I got some school books out from my mum's because we were, when we were getting ready to move, and they all have Dolph, D-O-L-P-H. No one knew me by my actual name.
Yeah.
Teachers, everything call me Dolph.
That's nuts,
and
isn't
I still have people now. If I've not seen someone for years and they don't know that I've actually got a real name. Yeah. Like, oh, Dolph, and I'm like, what? I've not heard that for years. So yeah, that thing stuck big.
I'm not mad at it. I don't mind Dolph.
No. But then the best one that we have up here with one of our friends is so I got a friend called Tim, and a few years ago someone nicknamed him Titwank, which it's not funny unless you know him really, because he's the most unassuming guy, quite nerdy, really nerdy, but he hates it. So whenever you're out in public and you're like, yo, Titwank, but I don't even think I'm calling him anymore.
That's a gnarly nickname, that.
It is.
Titwank.
It's aggressive.
And where did
aggressive.
Is there any backstory?
Nothing. It just came up once. It's just
Titwank.
Timmy Titwank, because it's hilarious. And he hates it, man. But I don't even know I'm calling it him anymore. So I'm just like, hey, I Titwank. It's like, what? So I got some listeners as well to submit some good nicknames, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I thought we'll have a little look throughout the comments and see what we've got. So, okay, all right, let's see what we got. Okay, there's a few people obviously mentioning that clip that we've just played. So, can I call Kath?
Dude, can you hear crickets when my crickets make a noise?
A little bit.
That's insane, isn't it? It's like you've done a bad joke, yeah. Just feel like that always in life.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, before I got the crickets. Anyway, moving on.
Funny. So we got one. At Father of Sons, I worked with a guy whose surname was Fiddler. He was known as Kitty, which is pretty good.
Not a nickname I'd want.
No, not me either. At Ben Postlethwaite, Mopper Fielder, ready to mop up all the competitions.
That's solid. It's a good nickname.
It's a good nickname. I think that one hopefully is going to stick as well.
I think it is sticking.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I hope that one in the Feetinator sticks. Stick like glue.
Feetinator.
We got one. Henry Young. My mate is called Richmond because he's got sausage fingers.
Okay, yeah, solid.
Decent. Charles Rhodey. My nickname growing up in New Zealand was Horse Shit Maggot Road Night.
Wow, they go hard in New Zealand, don't they?
They do. We got Dave Vala. Dave Valor,
Yeah.
S4P.
Yeah.
Ask Ollie for all the John Pound minibike and BB gun nicknames.
Do you want some more of them?
Can you
So
read them off?
I'm Brown Sugar. My teammate is Seb Yates, but actually no, I can't refer to him as Seb Yates. He's Sidewinder.
Sidewinder.
Nice. Project Mayhem. Just he actually just fractured his pelvis, so that's Project Mayhem.
Okay.
Who else have we got? We got Jagged Edge. That's Brendan Fairclough. We got The Wizard. That's Christian Fairclough. We got Notorious B.I.G. That's Papa John. Who else have we got?
Are these mini-bike race names, right?
These are mini-bike race names, and we had a mini-bike race league.
Yeah.
And pretend teams, and we used to do it every round of the Supercross. We'd have a mini-bike race. Mm-hmm. Bernard's... I feel bad for Bernard. He's not got the coolest... You know, I'm called Brown Sugar. It's kind of... That's quite cool, isn't it? It sounds like an old jazz musician or something. Mm. Bernard's mini-bike name is Wayne. For Wayne Kerr. Who else we got? Alex Rankin. I think he was mini-bike Hitler. Because he was a mini-bike purist. I can't remember anymore. But that was so ridiculous. There was, so many teams. Cosmic Dude. That's Matt Cox.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very class.
Northern Baby. That was.
I love a good nickname. Northern Baby.
We made up a sport called Rocky Outcrop Docking, which is basically where you go in a wetsuit and you wash yourself up onto rocks. And Matt's Starlight.
That's not a sport.
Starlight Express is. That's a sport. And Starlight Express's name for that sport was Northern Baby.
Okay.
Just imagine a northern baby like speaking in a northern accent. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Just baby speaking is kind of funny.
We don't cry different, you know.
No, but just like a baby going, ew.
We just
kind of funny,
isn't
it?
Moan. It's like, oh, fucking hell. That's how I came out of the womb. It's like, oh, fucking hell.
Fucking.
And my mum was just like, here, have a bit of gravy. Get on with it.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's the nicknames.
That's class.
I'm sure I've missed loads.
I love a good nickname. What else did we get? Okay, this is a good one. I like this one. At Dara G. Granny bashing Joe. Not because he shagged one, but because he accidentally ran over one.
Oh no. That's brilliant. It's brilliant. I need more information before I laugh.
Oh, she did. It does say underneath she's okay. So that's,
brilliant. Okay, yeah, it's good. I like it.
We got at Lewis Pullen. I had a friend called Tupac, not because he was a fan, but because he always took Tupac lunches to school. That's pretty good.
Yeah, solid. Yeah.
Sam Butler, the Dildonator / the Feetonator, best yet.
They're solid, aren't they?
Oh man. There you go. So there's quite
nicknames
a lot.
are good, aren't they? I always wanted a cool nickname when I was younger,
man.
You know. Never had one, really.
I wanted to change my name when I was young.
What to?
Stuart.
Stuart. You wanted to change your name to Stuart, but you were that pissed off with Dolph.
Yeah. I wanted to be Stuart.
Dude,
I don't know why. Stewarc.
Son imaginative.
But that was a cool name in the 90s, man. Was
Stuart? Dude, what are you on about?
What's the...
Imagine baby Stuart. Oh, look at little baby Stuart.
Oh,
baby Colin. Oh, look at little baby Colin. There must be
names are weird, man. Names are weird how they come and go, right? They come around in circles, and now it's all old names again. There's a lot of Arthurs. There's a lot of...
Is there, yeah.
I guess Henry's quite an old one. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, especially with girls, because we went through that little stage where it was a lot of Britneys, Arianas, all that sort of thing.
There's a clear winner between me and my siblings. I'm Ollie.
Yeah.
There's Henry Wilkins.
Yeah.
There's Lucy Wilkins.
Yeah.
And there's Oscar Wilkins.
Dude,
Oscar Wilkins. Oscar is a cool name, no?
It is a cool name. Yeah. Ozzy's cool.
And he's arguably... No, I think everyone would admit he's cooler than all of us as well. So it's like no mistake.
What does Oscar do?
Basketball, surfing, mountaineering, just being cool, like does stuff like
basketball. Like
he was, he was really? But he played for Worthing in, I think it's in the BBL. But anyway, he was like semi-pro in the UK. But he's easily the best at everything. But he's like the coolest, the most mellow out of all of us.
So you're all good at basketball.
It fucking made me laugh right the other day. I was speaking to Oscar about surfing, and he's like surfed. But this is the thing about he's like annoyingly humble to the point where it's actually like dishonest. So he's like he's like, no, dude, I'm a fucking kook. I'd love to go surfing with you. We can get good together. We can do it. We can learn how to do it. We can get barreled one day. And I was like, dude, you're not bad at surfing. I know you're going to be good at surfing instantly. You've done it. Not only have you done it more than me, you're just good at stuff. He was an amazing skater when he was younger as well.
Right.
And he's like, no, dude, I'm a full kook. Look, I'll show you pictures. He showed this picture, and it's completely. It's not faux. His humility. It's real. He shows me this picture. It's like him with a wave over his head breaking, and he's got his hand in the fucking wave, and he's carving a turn. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You know, I just dropped into a wave like a Lego man. No, like a Playmobil man. And you're saying that we're on the same level. It's just dishonest.
It's like you say, "No, I can't ride a bike. Here's a photo of me jumping a jump at Fest
Yeah,
Series."
exactly. Get fucked. Piss me off. Annoys me. Yeah, so, yeah.
I like
He's
that. I like
clear
that
winner in
humility.
names, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely the
I'd say
most
so.
unique out of all of you.
Yeah. That's cool, Oscar. I wish I had that name.
Oscar.
I might change it. Fuck it. I'll own it.
You're going to be Oscar from now
Oscar.
on.
Yeah.
Still O-Dub, isn't it?
Exactly. He's O-Dub, yeah. O-Dub, what's his number? I can't remember. Blah, blah, blah.
Amazing. I love it. Love it. Yeah, nicknames.
Stuart.
Stuart. Imagine. It just doesn't have the same... I think there's a lot of weight in a name because some people just don't fit the name. Like if you said, if you just said now, I just met you for the first time and you know, you're like, oh yeah, hey, my name's, I don't know,
Jeffy.
Juan. I'd be like, no, you're not.
What do you mean? I'm super Mediterranean. I could be a one.
You reckon you could be a one?
No.
I don't think so either.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, you'd be like, don't really suit you, man. You sure?
My
not called Ollie.
My homie Seb used to, if he liked a girl, you could always tell because he's called Seb, but whenever he introduced himself to a girl that was hot, he'd be like, hello, I'm Sebastian.
I wish I had a name that was cool enough.
I know,
sure.
huh?
Yeah.
I'm Oliver. That's not. Is Oliver? Is Oliver sound more high end than Ollie?
Yeah.
Ollie sounds like someone who writes on their CV, "I'm bubbly." Ollie. In it, or in their Tinder profile. I'm really bubbly, really social.
Life of the party.
Yeah, life and soul. Yeah, whereas Oliver sounds like, I don't know.
Oliver, yeah. Oliver, it's an old name, Oliver, as well. I guess every name's old in theory.
About 35 years.
Is it, yeah?
In my experience, yeah. Fucking
know.
old. It's got old. I've never got to the stage where I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to be Stuart, but...
I hate when people call me, like, Dave or David, though. That's why I changed it.
So what are you on your birth thingy?
David.
Are you David?
Yeah.
What, and you changed it?
Yeah.
So you've changed your name?
Yeah.
Because you were always called Davy? Or because you like the sound of Davy?
I only changed that when I was about 16. Davy Millsaps.
Fucking some guy, eh?
I thought, that's cool. And you know what?
You wanted to be Stuart, you went to Davy, you mixed up the... Your parents not like, fuck you, David.
No, my mum calls me Dave.
Oh, yes! Yes! I love that.
Hate it.
Oh, I love that. I want to call you Dave, but I'll probably call you Dolph. You must have been stoked with Dolph then, if it wasn't Dave.
Yeah, I was stoked with that one. That was a good one. That stuck for a long time. Yeah, long time.
Did you change your name? That's insane.
Yeah, big Miami Dolphins fan. The whole thing. Yeah, I changed it proper.
I just didn't realise that was an option, really. I think you've...
Yeah, it's 25 quid.
You 25 quid, you just quickly change your name.
Do whatever you want to be, man. You can do whatever you want to be.
No fucking way.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to be.
So you want to be Davey, and then you did it. So you actually followed through.
Yeah.
Are you a bit stoked you didn't go Stuart in hindsight?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty stoked with that in the end. Yeah.
You could have been Big Stew though.
Could have been, or Little Stew.
Little Stew sucks.
Little Stew's just cute, isn't it? Little mouse.
Little Stew. I'll give Little Stew a call. And then you turn up with a snot bubble hanging out.
Hey lads, Stew.
Alright, it's Little Stew. What's going on? How interesting. You've changed your name.
Yeah, changed it. Yeah. But everyone knows a Dave or a David, right? But not many people, it's one of them. You hopefully remembered a little bit because it's Davy. It's a little bit different.
Davy. Yeah. I've got you saved in my phone as David. I don't really. I just wanted to piss you off momentarily.
Mine.
I'm cool with that. Mum and Dad gave it to me. They obviously decided it was cool. Do you know what I was nearly called? Which is insane, and it probably goes to show a little bit of what my parents were up to when I was born. Yeah. They wanted to call me Herbie. Herbie Wilkins.
Herbie Wilkins.
Imagine I was called Herbie Wilkins. Oh, Lee, dude. That's some name, that, Herbie.
And you don't choose it. Maybe you should be...
Herbie.
Maybe you should be nameless until you're old enough to choose your own name.
Oh, don't. What, and genderless as well?
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. Just some... Yeah. So you could change yours... You changed yours at 16?
I started using it then, and then I changed it. Maybe 20? 21?
Were you like, at 16, were you like, Mum, every time she called you
Don't
Dave?
call me this anymore. Ever. Hate it. Hate it. Yeah, but everyone knows one.
It's one of those things.
There's always a Dave. There's a Dave at everything. Dave's at the party. There's a Dave.
So is that what it is? It's how common it was that you didn't like. You wanted to have something a bit
and
different.
I was a bit of a Davy Millsaps fan, and then one day I thought, well, I could have that name. It's the same as my name, but without a D on the end.
There's not much in it, is there, really? Let's be honest.
Job done. Tick it off.
Well, it's worked, dude. It's stuck.
It's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck. It looks weird. People don't get it sometimes. I do get called all sorts of things.
Davi.
Yeah, that. A lot.
I can't believe you changed from your birth certificate.
Get Davi a lot. Hell of a lot.
That's insane.
Well, there we go.
Good on you, dude.
Yeah. Other than...
you made it happen. That's impressive.
Other than me. Yeah. What have you been listening to? Anything good? Anything good?
Yeah, I've got my thing. Oh, wait, before we...
Yeah, you got anything else you want to talk about? What else we got going on? Oh, I know. Go on, after you though.
My next door neighbour offered me 700 quid for my jet ski. What do I do? I need the listeners to help me. I want to sell it more than... Like, it hurts me inside. I want to sell it. I want to get rid of the thing. I don't care about... Hey, look, I'm going to... 100% transparency and honesty here. I don't care about jet skiing. I think it's funny. I think it looks cool on t-shirt. I think it's funny. I think... but ultimately, I don't even...
Do
700 quid waiting there.
Again, ever?
If I will, and I will fix it.
Yeah.
But for what, like, one time. So why don't I just cut my losses, sell the ski? I need your help. Help me. Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do. Have it
in the comment section below. What are the options? So let's give them 3 options. So we've got, or 4, or 10. Option 1, keep it.
Keep it. That's use it. Keep hold of it. Realistically, it's going to get nicked. Because I'll get stuff nicked from outside my house. So the next thing is going to be the jet ski. It's an easy steal, let's be honest.
At least you know it's a
look. And then, it doesn't work at the minute, so it wouldn't be a good nick, but it would be 700 quid gone, and that's a shame. I can spend that 700 quid on a new thing.
I'll be honest with you. I very much doubt that someone would come and be like, I'm going to ride this off. The fact that it don't work, I think you've got to... It's quite a lot of stages before you figure that out, isn't there?
Yeah.
Putting it in water is probably the biggest one.
Yeah, I don't live near water. Landlocked as fuck here. In hindsight, it's not a smart toy to buy.
Alright, so option 1, keep it.
Option 1's keep it, fix it, use it maybe once or twice, then sell it in the summer and the beach season coming up. That's right, we'll make a profit. Next option is bring it to Freedom Ride with a piece of paper on there and sell it to one of the homies. I tell you what, I'll give you full service history. I can tell you approximately what's wrong with it, and an honest sale to a fellow mountain biker would be great.
It would. Alright.
Or option 3 is sell it to my next door neighbour who's, no questions asked, cash on the table, offered it to me last night. Help me out. Tell me what to do.
Which way is this pendulum swinging for you right now? Where are you heading?
Pendulum's not even... I haven't even lifted it up and looked at it yet.
Alright. Okay.
So, I'm easy. Certainly, whilst he was waving the cash, dude, the pendulum was swinging heavily towards him. But I didn't want to let the gang down, And if people want to see... they want to see that thing. Part of me wants to make it work and just use it once,
You know what I think would be really fun? So, let's say... You ever heard the story of the guy who started with a red paperclip?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
So maybe this is the thing. So we start with a jet ski. Boom, we trade it. 700 notes. All right.
Everyone's on this journey with me. We can buy something else. It can be a personal watercraft. Yeah. It could be anything. Yeah.
We do a merch. We do a boat. We get helicopter.
Absolutely. I like the idea.
And it'll keep.
I really like the idea of that. I mean, if I had a barn, I would just keep it because it's so cool. The colours to me, the era.
Yeah.
But I don't have a barn. I have a small flat. You know what I mean? There's no two ways about it.
Can you get it in the house if you?
I'm not that guy. I'm not Hollywood yet. Could I get it in the house? Look, dude, we've already got motorcycles in the house. You think this is how I want to live? I don't want to have bikes all in the house. I want to live like a normal person. I want that deep pile carpet. I can't have it.
No, you can't. You're not having it yet. No. Well, I reckon, so 3 options. 1, 2 or 3. And then, maybe if you do go with 3, then we get listeners to to nominate something else you can buy. I don't know.
I'm open to suggestions. Namely not a Kawasaki mule. And I'll go into that at a later date, shall we say.
Yeah.
And we'll go into that at a later date.
You're not done the video about it or anything yet, no?
No, dude, it's broken down. Nah. It costs a lot of money and it's broken down before I can even make a video about it, so... It's just life right now. Stuff breaking down all around me. YouTube life is not... It's not been as lucrative as I was hoping it had been.
We'll get there.
Maybe one day. You never know. My track for this week, Most Def, Miss Fat Booty. I don't know if it's quite a famous track, but I play this a lot. I know all the words embarrassingly.
Miss Fat Booty. Yeah, that one.
Because and when you're a white guy and you know the words, all of the words to a hip hop track,
That's cool.
I feel. I was going to say quite the opposite. I feel at my ultimate whitest, but I do, and it's all I've ever listened to. So there's nothing I can do about that.
I like it. I'm into it. I'm going to go with. Do you like Apathy? Heard of
Empathy? I like a bit of empathy. I like being around empathy. Yeah.
There's a rapper called Apathy.
Okay.
Really good. Yeah, I kind of like a bit of Apathy. It's kind of.
I've never heard of him. You always come up with. I tell you what,
aggressive.
Is he aggressive? Sometimes you come up with, I don't know, dudes from New Zealand that rap about barbecues and stuff, and that I can't.
Yeah, you don't like
quite
that,
simply,
do you?
no, I can't.
No, but Apathy's he does like a lot of remixes and stuff, and there's his most famous one is the Seven Nation Army White Stripes tune.
Yep.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, he's got a version of that which is really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Apathy, and he's just put a new album out. The album in general is good, but for me, there's a song called PSE.
Nice. Apathy, PSE.
Yeah, and I don't try and go out there. I didn't, it's not anything. Could have gone with Pink, I guess, or something really popular, but I don't listen to anything like that, so that would be lying, basically. That would be a lie.
Absolutely.
What?
No, do you know, I always actually try and give authentic things that I actually listen to.
Yeah.
On this, I don't want to.
It's legit.
Yeah.
I ain't cheating people out of, it's going into your ears. You've got to take that. That's, like we do with the podcast, we take it very seriously. That this is in people's ears. It's in the brains, like it's vibrating through the body.
It is, yeah.
So these words are vibrating through your body right now.
Joke, dude.
Take that
spitting fire.
Quite serious.
Bars, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, are we going to talk a little bit about potentially a rename of this, or are we?
It's time. I don't want to talk about COVID-19 lockdown. I don't want to talk about strains of viruses. I want to be as far distanced as physically possible.
Yeah.
We need to change the name, dude. We need to change the name.
We need to change the name. So, I mean,
I've got a suggestion.
Yeah.
Stuart.
Stewcast.
Just Stuart, full stop. Download the latest episode of Stuart.
Stuart.
Yeah.
Alright, Stuart. Let's just call it Stuart if you want.
Not mad at it.
Stew Dub. No, I don't know.
Stew Dub.
Stew Dub. That's kind of like...
Stew Dub sounds gross, doesn't it? I don't like stew. I wouldn't want to be called Stuart because I don't really like stews. I think of them as big boiling pots of just...
Oh, you don't like a stew? I love a stew.
Nah, stews and slow cooked stuff I'm not into.
I do like a stew, to be fair.
Yeah.
So we've come up with a name. We can.
I think it's
tell
solid,
people,
dude.
We can not, or we can let people make some submissions just in case something comes up.
Let's hear some submissions. We're pretty set, aren't we? We're pretty
we
happy.
are pretty set.
Yeah.
We're pretty set.
Let's not reveal it yet, but let's...
No.
Yeah.
So basically, the next Lockdown Companion will be the last.
It's going to be the last.
The last Lockdown Companion.
But panic not. If you... I tell you what it is worth doing. It's worth subscribing. Now, if you're not subscribed on iTunes or on Spotify, just make sure you are. I don't even know if you can, but make sure you are.
You can. I don't know about Spotify. Yeah, you can. You can press follow, I think.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen, though, to be honest, because it's going to be the same.
The same, but with a different name.
Yeah.
But the Lockdown Companion's been fun to us, man, and I feel like it's been amazing. I feel like hitting 40 is...
Dude... It's been brilliant.
We get it to 40, and then we move on to another. They call it the midlife crisis at 40.
Yeah, dude, it's been absolutely brilliant. And on that note, I'd like to introduce you to some of our best moments. Check it out. Now you've got to make that clip.
We could just say them
like a montage. No, you've got to make that clip now, dude. Wow, sorry about that. You've got to go through it. That'd be effort, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine?
Who knows?
Would like to throw it out there that if anyone is interested in helping with the podcast, I actually would like some help now. And I've put it out there before. Had a few people get involved, but when it comes to the editing side, it would be nice now to maybe start to offload some work, especially someone virtually I can just send some stuff to. So that would be brilliant. If anyone wants to get involved, anyone wants to do some editing and stuff like that, then we can figure something out. Anyway. So yeah, we're going to come back to the next one. It's going to be the last one. Maybe we can do a little celebration somehow. We'll come up with something.
Yeah,
maybe
we'll come up with something.
Guests on, like
the last Lockdown Companion.
Yeah, even though we probably are going to be in lockdown again, but we can.
Do you reckon?
That yeah, 100% August, I reckon.
Oh fuck's sake! Well, don't
put money on it now,
dude. We're not changing the name again.
No, we're not. This is it now. We're setting up a whole new thing. It's going to be a new show. It's going to be. Possibly weekly, possibly...
It's going to be still on your channel, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I know. I was just thinking, actually... No, I hope it's still going to be on your channel.
Yeah, it's going to be in here, but it's going to be another series, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to pretty much do the same thing, but it's going to have a different name. We're going to be able to do some more fun stuff with it.
Yeah, we got some cool ideas, actually, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. I'm excited.
Believe it or not.
We seem to have found a nice formula. It's working. We just run with it for a bit. Too right,
and yeah, absolutely. And all our listeners seem so nice. So, if you found a room full of people that are like-minded and pleasant, I'd just stick with that room. I don't go searching different rooms.
Nah, stay in the room, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep your head down, stay in the room.
Yeah.
It's good. Thank you, massive thank you. We can cover it on the next episode. But to everyone that supported the Lockdown Companion, it's been such a laugh for the last 40 or 39 as it is now episodes.
How insane is that? Yeah.
Plus some Where's Ollie that we did.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, it is actually mad to think. It would be cool to look back at some of them at some point, but maybe
leave it with me.
Yeah, maybe next time we are going to another lockdown. Time.
Maybe. Let's see what happens. Should we do some? Is there anything else? Did you? Oh, is Sam back from Fest yet? Have you spoke to Sam about?
Sam's
that whole
not.
deal?
He's got a quarantine in Europe, I guess, or something.
Oh wow!
So he's currently doing that at Kleeman's house, and then.
I did see that. Sorry.
I actually wanted to do a bit of a shout out to Sam Hodgson, though, fellow DMR rider. He killed it out there. It was rad to see. It's cool to see an up and comer. Well, he's not an up and comer. He's a stone cold killer. He's
I don't know much about Sam, so tell me what's the deal with that?
Isle of Wight Bike Park. Sam Hodgson.
Oh wow.
Rides for DMR. Rides largely like slopestyle and stuff. This is his big bike debut, and he killed it. There's like Cork 7s. There's all sorts of clips. If you check out the DMR Bikes Instagram, you get to see. Just keep in mind, he's new to suspension bikes, and these are the biggest jumps he's ever ridden. And you watch him ride, and it's like, he's sure looking comfortable. Put it that way, he's sure looking comfortable. So, shout out to him. I remember being that age and going after it, and it's sick to see.
Yeah, That's amazing. That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Good vibe. Yeah, I've seen a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing some more edits, I guess, come out of that stuff. I don't think I've seen one
Yeah,
that
absolutely, yeah.
wraps it all up yet. I don't think. Maybe I have. I'm not too sure.
No, they don't really do media, do they?
No, too cool for media. All right. All right. Let's do some, if you think there's anything else.
No, nothing else, dude. I'm golden. I could chat for hours. Let's do listener questions. Have we got listener questions, or are we wrapping up?
Let's do some listener questions. We've got a few.
Have we got a few? I always enjoy listener questions.
I do. I like listener questions. We're definitely going to keep this for the new show. Right? We're going to keep listener questions. For sure.
Too right. We're going to keep everything.
If anyone's got any new ideas, chicken chat. Has anyone got any new ideas? Let us know. We're going to try and really up the level.
Oh, I got an idea the other day.
It up.
You know the handstand breastfeeding thing?
You're going to do a recreation.
Instagram
Please
post.
tell me you're doing a recreation.
Instagram post breakdown.
Okay.
I think we should do that. And actually, someone spoke to me about that handstand post thing, and like apparently it's big her thing. Apparently, there's way more taboo on social media networks than I'd been made aware of. So, people posting pictures of them breastfeeding. The shots were getting automatically taken down by social media platforms. So that maybe brings some context to it. Maybe a little bit. I mean, dude, it still seems very funny to me. But
so how? No, I'm with you 100%. And I had a few messages about it as well, saying that I think we addressed it the right way.
Good. I'm glad.
Ultimately, do what you need to do to feed your baby. If it's upside down, that's great. If it's the right way around, that's fantastic. As long as that baby's getting nutritious milk.
Absolutely. But don't topple over in the headstand position. I'll just keep it rubber side down,
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe if you kept it rubber side down, there maybe wouldn't be a baby in there.
True that. There you go.
Right. And there you go. There you have it. That's arguably
the
worst joke.
The fucking crickets are kicking off again. But I think Instagram post breakdown's a cracking idea. So submissions for Instagram posts that you think. Do you know what I find best is just funny stuff, and it's not necessarily meant to be funny. I like things that are inadvertently funny. Like I find so many things in the world funny. So if people are on the same wavelength as me, I would love to see those posts.
I feel you.
For instance, here's an example. People that do motivational quotes with pictures of their six-packs. I find that side-splittingly funny. Send them through. We want to check it out. We want to give a shout out to these people.
To submit them? You know you're going to get tagged in so much stuff now. It's going to be off the chain.
Happy though. If you find the same thing funny, if you don't get it, then it's cool. I'm happy to find these things funny on my own. But if you get the right vibe, we'd love to shout it out on the show. The
problem and we'll probably both have with this is that I get tagged in stuff and it disappears down my feed. Does disappear,
yeah.
I was tagged in something the other day. It was a big dude on a quad going through some water. I don't know if you've seen this.
Yeah.
And he gasses it.
Brilliant.
He almost flips it out, but he hangs on for dear life, and loads of people have to come over to help him.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Like that's sick, but that's like that to me is like laughing with. What we're going for more with this segment, I would like to think, is laughing at.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
That's really mean, isn't it?
How we could
send us whatever, it'll be fun.
How we can organise it is we'll set up a separate WhatsApp group, and then when we get tagged in them, if it's funny, we'll throw it in there.
Sick idea. Done.
Every week we'll open it up and we'll see what's in that WhatsApp group.
Dude, you're smart, aren't you? Smart.
Decent. Not a dumb lad is Stu. Decent kid.
Smart Stu, they used to call him.
Yeah, stupidly smart. Okay.
Crickets. It wasn't a bad one, but I just wanted to do the crickets joke again. They're playing constantly.
Oh dear. Let me. All right. Let's see what we've got going on in here in this in the listener questions. Now, the problem is we've got a lot of submissions for nicknames, and I can't find the listener questions. So, just give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right with you. Here we go.
This commercial break.
Here we go. Yeah, I mean, if people want a commercial break, let us know. We're happy to do it.
Yeah, dude.
At 81 Smith. Brown or red sauce on a bacon roll. First up, let me interrupt that. It's not a bacon roll, it's a bacon sandwich. That's the first thing we're going to get in there. It's not a bacon roll. It might be a roll down south, but where I'm from, that is a bacon sandwich.
Yeah. I'd call it a brioche.
You're so
I was just trying to think of something posh. I failed because I'm not posh.
Yeah. He has turmeric on his bacon roll down south. That's what they have.
Do you have oat turmeric on my bacon roll?
Balsamic vinegar.
My bacon brioche bun.
So I'm always going to go brown. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm always going brown sauce. Yeah, always.
There you go. I'll go red. Mix it up.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'll go red.
Sometimes you can go both if you're feeling fruity and you're making it yourself. Half. Boom, everyone's laughing. All right, next one. At Brad_Raven. Which foreign language would you love to learn?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, Spanish is so widely used that I feel like it would be very useful. But German, I've come the furthest in learning odd words.
Right.
So I can imagine, I can listen to German and understand bits.
Yeah.
So, but then also French, you sound fancy. Either way, if you're bilingual, God, I can't even say the word. That's how
English
I'm a long way off.
First language. Let's do that.
If you can speak 2 languages, then I think that is G.
Yeah,
that's a panty dropper, isn't it?
It is. It is. I'm going to say Swedish because I've always wanted to live in Sweden.
Swedish stew. They used to call you Swedish stew. That's why.
Swedish stew. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go. I'm gonna go Swedish, and with me, that's the one I've come the furthest in.
Is it? There you go. Didn't know that.
I can pick bits up in Swedish. Yeah, I can pick bits up. I can say a few things. You know.
There you go.
And it weird though that you did like languages at school, and I have no recollection of any of the classes or any words from it.
I've got caveman French, caveman Spanish, and caveman German. Yeah, I would say nothing more.
Okay, right.
Proper
That's
like
a good way.
Me food want. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's a good question. Thank you.
Ich habe Hunger.
Anyone wants to help out with the Swedish, then...
J'ai faim. Huh? Ich habe Hunger. J'ai faim. In Spanish, it would be... I don't know.
What were you even trying to say?
I'm hungry.
Oh, okay.
What is it in Swedish? Let's hear it.
I mean, it could be... it could be anything. I don't want to throw it out there. Because...
Jorgen.
I don't know, mate, what it is.
I don't really know anything. I've got it all wrong. Useless. Literally useless.
Yeah. Anyway, next one. At Onion Dude 72, great Instagram handle. I'll be honest with you, up there, one of the best for a while.
Onion Dude.
Onion Dude 72. He had to get 72 because there's another 71 Onion Dudes that have come before him, right?
Yeah.
How do you think we as mountain bikers can be more sustainable? Good question.
Good question, and one I'm often asked.
Yeah, and one that we have probably spoken about before.
Yeah, no doubt. So there's a good... this is a shameless plug for our homie Sam, but there's Ride Happy Trails Instagram. Yeah. Is that the handle?
Yeah.
So there's lots of great outline thoughts on there. My personal opinion is just shh. So when I say that includes no Strava, no inviting people everywhere, no tagging in social media. Just shut them up, and then you can crack on. You can make your trails. Where you live can just be the dream, but you have to be quiet. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good answer, man. And I think I'll agree with you. I don't know if we're, looking at that as well from a sort of sales and brand point of view. Let's be honest. I know, like with me and our company, we do everything we can to be as sustainable as possible, but it is difficult. It's hard, we've just moved into recyclable or what is it called? Compostable, whatever that's called. What's that word? Not compostable. Yeah, it breaks down. What's that called?
Biodegradable.
Biodegradable. There you go. Packaging, which we've never actually had because we've always sort of struggled with it.
See, dude, it's interesting. I actually didn't read that question as that. I thought of it as more of as a trail network thing. But that's something. But talking about that stuff, I'm super interested in. Yeah.
Yeah, but like brands need to take responsibility for that as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Really.
Can I tell a story about? So, I do all of the packaging for Death Grip, and we did this packaging that's become hugely popular, which was the two grips. Oh God. The two grips that swing off it like this.
Here's one we made earlier.
There we go. See those two plastic things?
Yeah.
They made me feel very bad. They made me feel very bad indeed, because I know what numbers we sell of Death Grips, and you have to multiply that number by 2, and that's how many of those plastic things I put into the world, and that don't necessarily get recycled. So now you'll notice the packaging has changed, and that's because I felt very bad about that. And hopefully we've got full biodegradable, recyclable card packaging now, and we're doing it across the board. All of our products are, but we don't want to greenwash at DMR, which is, I think, sick, because I'm sick of that stuff. Right. Everyone's shouting about virtue signalling. Just fucking do it. Shut up about it. So that's the approach we've had. DMR's always been brilliant for it, because all of the products are super hard wearing and like designed to be serviceable and not disposable. Always the aim with products anyway, which I think is a key thing.
Yeah,
in bikes.
I think from our side as well, we're not trying to just promote our own shit here, but again with Hook It, we try and make everything's made in one factory. I did a little video about it recently. So when it comes with the frame protection and stuff that we sell, that's all made in one factory in Sheffield. So the packaging, the product, everything's made there. The mud guards that we sell come from there as well. So that's all made in one factory. And then pretty soon we're launching hard parts. So we've got chain rings.
Nice.
We've got a bunch of stuff like hard parts coming out, and they're all made in Sheffield as well. So for us, it would have been super easy, and you'll know this, to go to the Far East and you can get them imported and stuff. But it was like, no, we're going to try and do everything as sustainably as possible within one city, and that's what we're doing. And it's fun. It's a fun journey. Brutally honest, I don't have much to do with it, but it is happening, and it's coming out pretty soon.
Rad.
But yeah, that's one thing we really, really try to do, is just limit all of our importing, and just that's all of our packaging as well. It's all cardboard.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. I think Brett, it's there's a lot of other stuff that goes on, obviously, with brands, I guess, with bikes having to prototype and test and do this and do that. I don't know if that's sustainable. I don't know if you can do it any better with 3D printing or whatever. I don't know. But I think if everyone just plays their own little part, as far as being, like you said, from the top, from the brand, all the way down to someone going out for a ride on the bike and taking a rubbish bag and picking up some stuff, then we're winning across the board.
I mean, you vote with your wallet as well. When you spot a brand and you think they're not necessarily doing a great job, you don't have to buy it. I think definitely I've become way more like fussy about that stuff. If you see something and it's got ridiculous packaging, I'm like, dude, I'm not buying that.
That's good. Yeah.
Individually wrapped tomatoes. There's so many things out there that are just
so
ridiculous.
strange. Yeah. Okay. Good question. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Nice
Open
one.
to discussion. Great topic. Hopefully, just because we've answered it, have a think about it yourself. What
was his name? Onion
Dude 72.
Onion Dude. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Onion Dude. Great question.
Yeah. Nice one.
At Cook.Sage, what brand is Ollie's dirt jump frame?
That's a Focus DMR collaboration brand of collaboration frame. You can see it up there. Literally looks like it's been fished out of the bottom of the ocean.
Just how dirt jump bikes should.
Exactly.
Look. I am frothing for mine. It cannot come any quicker.
Sick.
That bike. So my friend's got a sect that he bought last year, to the point where I was like, let me buy it off you, and then I'll just get you a new one when mine comes, and I'll just replace it, because he's never ridden it. Never. Bought a bike, never ridden it. I'm like, I'll buy it off you, then I'll just replace it when yours comes. Mine comes. Won't have it. So still without a dirt jump bike.
And he doesn't even want to ride it.
Doesn't even want to ride it.
Who is this dude?
Should we out him?
No, don't. Don't do it. I felt bad enough for the Goodyear tyre thief. Poor guy got nailed.
Yeah, this guy's just
no more outing. Yeah.
At Luke Thurston 94. Would you rather ride a road bike with downhill tyres or a mountain bike with road tyres?
I mean, I think it's got to have downhill tyres. I mean, a road bike with downhill tyres is just, what's it good for, you know? I'd go with the latter.
Yeah, I think I'd go with the latter as well.
Yeah.
If you only have to do a few hundred miles and then you'll have a slick anyway.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Whereas you can't go the other way around, really, can you?
Yeah, true.
Okay, this is a great question. At Francis D. Can you fart while pedalling? I reckon it's impossible. I don't think that's impossible. I think that is definitely
it's not impossible,
quite easy to do.
We'll work on it. We'll get back to you next week.
Yeah.
Might go for a ride in a
there
bit.
You go. I don't think that's impossible, do you?
No.
Sure, I've done that.
You should, yeah, I'm pretty sure you have. I hope you have, because otherwise you just shit yourself, because riding around behind you stinks, dude.
Shitty stew.
Shitty Swedish stew.
Shitty Swedish stew. Alright, couple more. Ollie, have you ever been to Mexico?
Many a time, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Many a time. All for street races. So I've been to Taxco, which is in Guerrero State, and then I've been to Puerto Vallarta, which is in Jalisco State, I think.
Okay.
But they're actually and I've been to the one just over the border next to San Diego, but that's not really Mexico. It's like America, but it is Mexico, but you know what I mean. It's just like the most probably authentic Mexican experience is Taxco. Amazing place that is, a silver mining town. But yeah, love it there.
Sick.
Hope
really
to go
cool.
back. Fingers crossed we'll get doing those events again sometime in the future.
Yeah, I've never been to Mexico myself, everyone. I'll put it out there because I know everyone's wondering, has Davey been to Mexico? No, I haven't been to Mexico.
We need to get you to Mexico.
Been very close, been to a place called Glamis, which is on the way to Mexico. Sand Dune place, pretty sick.
Yeah.
Sick spot. Okay, 2 more questions and they're both actually really good. So first one, at Gus Ginger 03. If you had full control over a bike launch video, what would you do?
It's tough. I feel like I know where he's coming from on this. Because I feel like there's a recent bike launch that I don't want to name, but the video was tough for me. I'm not going to lie.
Right.
And it makes you question what is the right avenue. I mean, ultimately, right, dude, this is what I think with marketing. I think for me, in mountain biking, the things that affect me are simple authenticity and nothing more than that. So, with a bike launch, I want to buy into a brand that feels authentic. So that is always just going to be my route. What about you, Davey?
Yeah, I'm with you as well. I don't like the over the top. I don't know, man. That's a good question actually. Because
it is, isn't it?
I do like this sort of stuff. Now, a lot of fun stuff's been done. I think, especially after this last year, we've seen some really unique campaigns. Because of the pandemic, threw a massive spanner in the wheel for most bike brands, and they've had to really think outside the box. Dude, that thing that Cut made for the Santa Cruz launch for the 5010 with the finger bike, all the way through to your campaign about releasing your inner child. There's some sick stuff in there
Can't kill it,
for the last year, right? Not just from those 2 brands, from a lot of brands, don't get me wrong. But I agree with you. I think authenticity, I like to see something unique. I like to see something different. Maybe, maybe a road trip, that sort of stuff. I kind of like a story. I kind of like a bit of that sort of thing going on.
You don't want to feel like you're being sold a bike, ultimately. I mean, it's so funny because the finger bike one, to me, is as authentic as a road trip video because you can tell how thought out it is. You can't just do that edit without really being a bike rider, really knowing.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of it, isn't it? It's kind of If something feels a bit stinky, a bit cheesy, you're like, I'm out. I'm not interested. For me.
Yeah.
But there's no right or wrong answer. Everyone,
No.
You're aiming at a different demographic potentially, aren't you? I mean, certainly now you could launch a bike aimed at the pandemicos, the people who have just been riding mountain bikes and enjoying the great outdoors since lockdown, and you could do it in a completely different direction. They don't know Steve Peters. They don't know who.
Yeah.
Like
Deaconator is?
I don't know who the Feetinator is. Yeah, interesting.
It's a great question.
Yeah,
I'd love
very
to
good
hear
question.
from more people. Like, what would you do? Comments, hit it. Let's hear it. See your suggestions. Last question. At tom.obh, mountain bike bucket list items. 2 each. I want to hear them. That's what it says. So mountain bike bucket list items. I think this means around mountain biking, I guess. Things.
So it can be like bucket list things you want to do, or like...
Yeah, let's just go with that. Let's just go with like,
so it
things
doesn't
you
have to
do
be
or
products.
you want to have to make your life easier, something like that.
Okay.
Just things that revolve around biking.
I mean, for me, the answer is clear from even the video right now. I need a bike shed, dude. I need a bike shed. I don't need to have all these bikes in the room. I'd love a good workshop. That's on my list. I've always wanted a good workshop, tools all organised.
Yeah. Who's got a good workshop? Matt Jones has got a good little workshop, right?
He's got a lovely workshop, yeah.
Nice workshop. Yeah. I spoke to Warner the other day. He was in the workshop.
He's got good work. That's the kind of workshop I want. Like a lot of stuff going on in there. I like it.
Yeah. You see, you want to jump forward in time though, which is a bit of a shame. Like you want loads of stuff in there. You're like, oh, I've got one of them somewhere. Whereas when it's fresh, you know you ain't got it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I've got so much stuff piled up at my parents that we're good.
Yeah, that's true. Mate, I hope that happens for you one day. I think it definitely will.
Yeah, hopefully so, one day.
First one I'd choose off the bat would be a mechanic. I'd love to have someone I can just...
A live in.
I've only got 2 bikes, but fuck it. Like, why not?
So sick. Imagine every day he's already got your bike ready.
Yeah.
But you haven't gone riding that day, but he's just got to work on it. So what's he going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, sometimes I jump on it and I'm like, this is tough. Like, I need someone to give this thing a quick once over. I'm pretty rough on bikes sometimes. Sorry out there, Focus. I know you're listening. It can be pretty rough. So yeah, mechanic would be... I wouldn't say I don't enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it. That is pretty much top and bottom of it. You know, I'd like someone who's good at setup as well. Like, because I do struggle with that, man. You know, I'm not good at setting a bike up properly. I've always been... I think we spoke about this a long time ago, but like when it was my early days of moto, I could feel everything, like little clicks here. I could try and dial it in. On a mountain bike, I can jump on anything. I have no idea what it's doing.
Interesting, yeah. Do you know when something feels good or bad or not even?
So I just got a new bike, which we've probably spoke about. I got the Jam, and that's been ridden by someone else. And I did know straight away. I was like, this doesn't feel right. It's set up like a pogo stick, and I've slowed everything down. And now it does feel a bit better. But yeah, instantly I was like, this isn't right. It's not handling. It's just all over the place. Yeah, so I've managed to get that dialed in a little bit. But I don't understand it enough to know, right, should I put a bit of pressure in this? Should I take some out of this? Should I...
Yeah.
You know, where does high-speed compression need to be? You know, I just don't understand it enough. And I wish I did. I really do. Or I wish I had someone else who would just be like, I'll do it for you.
That'd be nice. That would be nice.
How do you do that? I know you use, the boys at MB quite a lot and stuff, but how do you set a bike up?
Suspension setup?
Yeah.
Well, I ride for X Fusion, and they're through Upgrade Bikes in the UK. So I go to my man Liam Cave,
right,
and Nate Dog Cave, and then we set it up there. So I've always been so lucky. I just explain to them what I want, and what I want is progressive travel. You can make it a bit easier on yourself. So if you just know that you want if you like a hard bike, let's say you have 20% sag. If you like a softer bike, you like 30% sag. So then you just do that on the back. Then obviously sag doesn't really work for me anyway. On the front, I run about 20% sag, and then I match it on the front so it just feels even.
Yep.
And then I want it as fast as I can have it without it being too fast. But there you go. I can't explain what I want.
Yeah.
Like I want it.
Some people are amazing at that, right?
Want it real quick.
I want this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine working with like a World Cup racer?
Yeah.
Bren, prime example. Greg Minot. They know exactly what they want it to feel like.
Yeah.
And I've never had that. I don't know. Just never had it. Never felt it. Never really cared. Which is ultimately what it is.
It's funny, they do and they don't. So like on their race bikes, they're both really anal about exactly what pressures, and then on their normal bikes, they're like,
whatever.
Because it does. Like there is a big difference in going at your very top speed. Like I can't even. Often I can't feel the difference until I push as hard as I can between quite big changes and silly things. So
yeah,
I think like there's something in going fucking fast that you need it to be
maybe
exactly
that's when you
right.
start really noticing little things as well.
Yeah,
when the bike's
so, yeah.
just like full capability, right?
100%. Yeah, I think people stress on it a lot and they don't
totally.
need to.
I think people overthink it 100%.
And
overthink
perfect example, that jam behind me has been designed by Fabi. He stresses so you don't have to, if you know what I mean. To a certain extent, it's like you're not jumping on a bike that hasn't been thought out. That dude thinks about everything. Literally anything I can throw at him, he's going to come back with an answer instantly, and it's going to make me feel stupid. So it's like, I don't know. It's tough. People do stress hard, and they don't need to always. I wouldn't say. I run a lot of tokens, so I like it to ramp up loads. So that's probably
Okay, so you do think about it a lot more than what.
Yeah,
I'd say not what I thought because it's your job, but like you do think about it a lot more. You see, I've never tried anything like that either. I just go everything in the middle, done.
Yeah.
Just
you can't go far wrong. I think sag match with the front, and then be sensible on rebound. And I think you can't really like rebound. Just you can fiddle with it and feel it instantly. So it's like a good one to do. Tokens and stuff, you can feel it instantly, but maybe if you're not as in touch with your bike, maybe you won't notice it straight away until you're pushing hard.
Okay.
But you know the feeling of when a bike bogs, right?
Yeah.
So it feels all like, and the front wheel dives in, and the suspension. You sit in your suspension, and it's not like reactive and lively and fun.
Yeah,
like, that's what you're talking about. So, I think it's like everyone does feel it when it's wrong, but it's like putting it in words and understanding what it is that makes
how to make it right.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Okay, what needs to come up? What settings is it that I'm playing with? Yeah,
I think a real common thing, people run mega low pressures, and I don't understand. I watch people like burp their tyres at a bike park, and their tyres all deformed as they're rolling along, and it's like it's this sort of like it's cool to run crazy low pressures, but I don't really get that.
No, I remember I made that little change on the e-bike actually after you told me to go way harder on the pressures, and it totally changed how the bike ride.
Yeah.
Totally changed it.
Yeah, interesting, eh? Yeah, it's funny things like that.
I went up a lot though.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
But maybe I am. Maybe I do feel things more than what I give myself credit for. But yeah, ultimately, as long as it doesn't buck you over the bars, I'm sweet with it.
Yeah. I'm the same. I love it when I can get a friend who knows his shit to jump on my bike and just tell me instantly, like, "Oh, you have your forks." But then equally, it can go the other way, and someone can jump on your bike and they can be like, "Bloody hell, you've got your forks fast," and then you get a bit head fucked about it, and you think, "Oh, I need to make them slower," and then you won't like it, or you let pressure out and you bottom out everywhere. Like you are the master of your destiny, ultimately.
True that. Fair point. Fair point. We needed one more for this bucket list, so I think one more thing. Bucket list.
Backyard, dude. I want a backyard. My backyard trails would be killer. If I had a backyard big enough to have trails, it would be the dream, and I'd call it Hollywood, and I'd invite people to come ride in Hollywood.
Amazing. That's a great one. You know what, man? I'm going to mirror you. I'm sorry, because
do it.
That's
it's
everything
a dream.
I wanted as a kid was a little bit of land with some dirt jumps and a mini bike track, and that's what I wanted.
Absolutely.
And that is still what I want. I just need to keep reminding myself.
Keep
There's
pushing,
a spot of land at the bottom of my garden which I've been considering building on.
Go on. By the river.
It's over the river.
Oh,
so
over the river and
you'd
far
have to cross
away.
the river.
Big Stuart goes to play.
Stu's bike park. Wow. Bike park snails. Okay. It's been a blast. It's been
nice
emotional.
one, dude.
And I guess we'll see everyone for the final episode of Lockdown Companion next week, and we'll put it out in the evening so we can all hang out. And I'm going to throw it out there that I'm going to buy some people some beers as well so they can sit and enjoy it. So I enjoy doing that. So we're going to throw it out, and I discovered this really cool new thing where you can send beer to people.
Wow.
So I'll do that in the week. We'll get some people, maybe 4 or 5, 6, I don't know, whatever. We'll get some beers to people. We can hang out and we can have a bit of a Lockdown Companion party.
Look forward to it. Nice one, dude. Episode 39 is a wrap. It's been fantastic. Thanks for listening.
One love. Oh,
one love. Hare Krishna. Peace.